And now it's time for my after-election report. I've been wanting to make this video for a week, but I held off until enough things were decided because it just gets more and more ridiculous every 2 years. And again, because of all the YouTube censorship, I'm going to have to talk around certain things. So you have to, hear between the lines. I forgot to get my stuffed elephant over there. So you have to, look at that over there. That's what I mean for the, right is right and left is wrong. So, I can say right and left, and right is right, and then left is clearly wrong. Anyhow, we have had quite a session here with the early November event, haven't we? It gets more amazing to me every 2 years. More high-tech things, more computers, more fancy ways of doing stuff. And every single time it takes longer and longer to finish certain countings and get all the answers. And what is going on? We're going backwards, if not forwards. Back in the old days of, say, 20 or 30 years ago, we had what you would call election day, not election 2 months. Now, here's the first thing I'm going to rant about. I know someone in particular who I'll refer to again later in this video, and he is an ultra liberal, and he sends me things on my phone. Oh yeah, all this party over there, they did this and they want that and more of this and less of that and voter suppression. That's the big thing now with the wrong side, voter suppression. No, it's not. If it was up to me, there would be no early voting. There would be no mail-in ballots. There would be very, very few provisional ballots, like if you were overseas in the military or in the hospital or in some nursing home, and that would be about it. Election day is election day. You show up to the place on the day and vote. And if you can't make it, too bad. I guess you didn't want to vote bad enough. But it is not voter suppression. Don't give me that. The left side, they love to say voter suppression because, they're trying to work people their way. And we had something happen over the summer, and this was no coincidence or accident. Over the summertime, the whole big thing of abortion came up again. And for some reason, women get all cranked up about abortion. All the arguments pro and con, I don't pay much attention to it myself, but you want to get women all riled up, just say abortion. And, so of course, all the left wrong side candidates say, I will do this for women and whatever. And, the right side over here was, saying what they would honestly do. And of course, women get all cranked up and they go out and they vote for the wrong side. And then we have things like, not more of a overwhelming win like we should have had. My overall assessment of the whole score results, yeah. Could have been better, could have been worse. At least we got the House back, if only by a small, nearly nothing majority. Pelosi is fired. I'm very happy about that. And now all the Democrats, they've had it their way for the last 4 years. Now they're going to sit there and they're going to throw all their fits and make all their speeches, and then they're still going to lose what they want to do because now we have the majority back, if only by a little bit. Now, all the right side people here, they've had 4 years of doing their full 100% vote and still losing. So a little bit of anger and frustration and aggression is going to come out now. Things are going to get done. Certain people are going to get the cases they need to have brought in for losing their laptop computers at a repair shop, things like that. Like the big guy and, shipping our oil overseas to the commies where it shouldn't have been in the first place. Gonna have some fun now. It ain't a big majority. I wish we could have got the Senate too, but at least we got the House back. So we got like a D- on this election. It wasn't great, but it was enough. Anything that Uncle Fester wants to do now, nope. Gonna get shot down in the House, and it ain't gonna go no further. So he is effectively what they call that whole lame duck candidate or president, or not that he was much good in the first place, but him and all the people behind the curtain telling them what to say and what to do and what to sign. They're all shut down now because we're going to stop them. So 2 more years of failure with him, and then we'll be okay. Now, my first reaction to Democrats is I want to say they're all a bunch of idiots, for the way they vote. I think, well, that's the way they vote. The average Democrat probably isn't an idiot and is at least a reasonably intelligent person until they get all emotional and hear abortion and they just freak out. Oh, I'm voting to the left side no matter what because I heard that word. That one, forget everything else that happens in your life, but that one thing that doesn't even affect you anymore because you already had your kids and you're done with all that. But you're going to go wreck things for everybody else. Yeah, I don't feel it's right to say just a flat out blanket statement of Democrats are idiots because I don't think they are. But the way you vote, it makes it hard for me to think anything else. What are you people thinking? You want the way you vote. You want communism. You want socialism. You're not going to be happy until the United States is just like North Korea because that's what you're voting for. You must want high taxes, high interest rates, high gas prices, high amounts of illegals flooding over the border, because that's what you're voting for. No matter, that's what the net result is, no matter what you think you're voting for. And let me explain something to you, how this all works. I'll use the whole Fetterman Oz thing as my example. Now, my one person I know who is the ultra liberal, you can't talk to him about anything politics because he goes straight to the same couple things every time. Oh yeah, Oz is just trying to vote his way and get tax breaks for all his corporate buddies, and this blah blah, the same old Democrat speech every time. He don't want to hear nothing else. He don't want to think any other way. He's wrong, but you can't tell him that. Now, let's just say, for example, he would say Fetterman should be elected because he has done these things good and these things bad. And he would say Oz should not be elected because he's done these things good and these things bad. Well, that's the individual candidate person. Now, what you have to remember is once they're in the office, what they did personally in their own area before, that doesn't matter anymore. You're a senator, you're one of 100 anything on the right side or the wrong side, and you're going to vote with your party as one of the 100 people to get something passed or not passed. So anyone could be the Republican candidate or the Democrat candidate. It doesn't matter what they did before they were elected. It really doesn't. What they think, what they want, because once they get in, almost certainly they're going to vote with their party. They're one of the 100 going that way or that way. And that's all it is, really. But you can't tell him that. He don't want to hear it. So anyhow, he must like putting expensive gas in his pickup truck because that's what he's been getting here for the last couple of years. Say what you will about how Trump talked and treated people, but Trump did a great job. Low taxes, low unemployment, low illegal immigration, low gas prices. And if his corporate buddies were getting rich, so what? Things were better for you, the individual. Don't you worry about you and paying your bills and putting gas in your car. Don't worry about the whole big thing, the whole big corporation thing, because that's going to happen no matter what. Worry about you. Now, in my case, since I drive a Tesla, the high gas prices don't affect me. My utility gives me a break on my price because I have an electric car. So I'm paying less. So good for me, whatever. All right, let me get back on focus here. Democrats, what are you people thinking? AOC re-won her election with 70% of the vote. Has AOC done anything good for her district that she's supposed to be representing? Nothing I can think of. She's off going to parties and giving speeches and all sorts of things and being a part of her group in the House. Everyone in her group got reelected somehow, even though some of them barely won their primary. This whole thing of different states having different laws for early voting, that's messing us all up. Some of the states I know, they don't count the early votes until election day. So that's more delay in getting the votes counted. And we are, what is this here, 12 days after the day, and we still don't have answers in some states for who won what race. And have you ever noticed that when some of these races are going longer and longer and longer past a day, counting a few more votes here, finding some more votes there, getting that last batch in, the longer it goes, the greater the chance that the wrong side, the left side candidate, is going to be the one who wins by just a little bit, get them a few hundred or a few thousand, votes their way, and they'll get in, and I see the pattern. I watch what's going on. I know you people think you're fooling me. You ain't fooling loudmouth Tim, A bunch of the average people out there who are just, voting and going about their life, apparently they think they're doing something right or wrong. I don't know what's going on. So let's see. Have I covered all my main points? We won but not by much. We won by enough, but not the huge red wave that we should have had. I was just really disappointed in that. So many races came down to the left side winning by just a little bit, and I'm thinking, what are you people thinking? You've seen what's been going on the last 2 years, and you want more of this? And you wonder why things are so bad. You say what you will about Trump, but Trump did a great job. You may not have liked him, but you don't have to like him. He was the president we needed at that time, and we still need him now, because as soon as things got messed up in 2020, and the Uncle Fester got in there, just things immediately crashed and burned. And you don't even have to say, well, that's your opinion. No, look at any charts or graphs or gas price signs or anything. It's obvious how bad things got as soon as the wrong person got in there. And in 24, once the right side is back in, things are going to flip right around and go back the way they were, because the left side way doesn't work for America. Now, I don't know how much more obvious and clear I can make it. And you people voting every 2 years, voting the wrong way, the left way. So funny. You wonder why I have a bad opinion of people, why I have my pessimistic views that I do. And things like this. Because you can't count on the average person to make the right decision and see what's right and see what's wrong and think for themselves. It was no accident that abortion came up a few months before the election, and a few other things got said here and there about different subjects, all to get the left side, like the housewives and things, all cranked up and I'm gonna vote for a left side again, whatever. That's what they wanted, and you fell for it. When are you people gonna learn, huh? The left way is the wrong way. This is what we need. We had it doing great for 4 years, and you went and screwed it up. Now we have to go through 2 more years of insanity, and who knows how bad they'll make things before we can fix things and get this side running a show again. So quit screwing up and do it right. Do it the loudmouth Tim way next time. Okay, that's all for this episode. What are we at? 13 minutes and 33 seconds. Wow. Okay. All right.